It was a peaceful Saturday morning at our ranch, nestled in the quiet outskirts of town. My wife, Sarah, was out in the barn tending to our animals as she often did. As usual, she wore her usual attire, a flannel shirt, jeans, and what caught the attention of our overly diligent HOA president, her holstered sidearm. Sarah is the chief of police in our town, and she is very much accustomed to wearing her service weapon while on duty, but today she was off the clock, simply managing the ranch and enjoying some time outdoors. We live in a rural area, and the idea of carrying a gun isn't out of place here. It's a practical tool for anyone who lives on a ranch and deals with wildlife and security issues. But apparently, to the self-appointed sheriff of the HOA, it was a cause for alarm. She had been watching from her front porch as Sarah worked, and when she saw the gun, something in her snapped. She immediately dialed 911, claiming that there was a person on the property openly carrying a firearm and that she felt unsafe. Within minutes, a patrol car pulled up to our driveway. I was just stepping out of the house when the officer approached, clearly looking uncomfortable as he assessed the situation. Sarah, who had been walking toward the front gate to get some fresh air, turned and waved. The officer recognized her instantly. "Chief," he said, surprised but respectful. The HOA president, standing at the gate now, looked on with a mix of confusion and indignation. She had no idea that the woman she had just tried to report was the very chief of police. Sarah greeted the officer with a smile before explaining, "I think there's been a misunderstanding, officer." As the officer's eyes widened with recognition, the HOA Karen's face flushed red with embarrassment. The officer, trying to avoid further discomfort, reassured her that everything was fine. "Ma'am, it's not illegal to carry a weapon here, and especially not when it's someone like Chief Sarah." The HOA president sputtered, trying to find the words to defend her actions, but none came. She was caught. As Sarah turned to walk back to the barn, I couldn't help but chuckle. The woman who had tried to flex her power over our land had just gotten a crash course in local authority. Later that afternoon, I overheard Sarah telling a neighbor the whole story. "Well, I guess next time Karen calls the cops on me, she'll at least know who she's dealing with." She laughed, and I couldn't help but agree. Sometimes being in charge does have its perks.